All right, everybody, welcome to episode 40, the big 40, the boogeyman number. We are picking up from the last one where we had our first really expensive month. Production was really high. We spent $36,000 on shows, a ton of money, 12,000 more than the previous, and 85,000 more in workers' costs compared to the month before. If it had not been for that second pay per view we ran, we would not have been sitting at as much money as we eventually made. If you actually go through, we made $42,000 more in pay per view, so then that would knock us down to 64. We made $22,000 more in ticket sales. I don't know how much you could take away from any one of the weekly shows, but from the big show, the second one that we ran, we could probably take away about $10,000. Or maybe, actually, no, I think 19 or something closer to that. So that would knock us down to about 43. Sponsorship and broadcast revenue would be the same. Merchandise is a little iffy. That second show definitely bumped up our live event like no other. But we would still have been making money. My point is that it would probably would have been closer to like December, November than another February. But that being said, the second show worked. We were able to get a lot of money out of that, and we do still have another pay-per-view event this month, Sacrifice 2007, which currently I don't have anything pre-booked for it. Looking back on the show history here, Punk lost to Hayabusa straight up, and then Lesnar attacked him, so Hayabusa's kind of picking a side there. Was that Turning Point that I made Yeah, it was Turning Point I made the pre-booking for. So we're not going to pre-book anything for this upcoming... Actually, no, I think I have to. I think I turned that on. Oh, speaking of turning things on. Hold up. Where is my preferences? Am I blind? There it is. I turned on mandatory event pre-booking and pre-booking bonuses. So I will be penalized if I don't pre-book for bigger events, and I will get various bonuses depending on what's there. And that's what we're going to do. Now that we actually have TV that's... I mean, it's not great TV, but it is TV, and bigger events that are on a big cable network, I'm turning on the Left Off Show complaints, and you will easily see the amount of people getting pissed will just immediately tank. Oh, skip give the night off? That was an option? I'm doing that. I didn't realize that was an option. Okay, cool. Great. I will gladly take that. As we continue here, just trying to run over everything I need to before we actually, hop in and get going. We are on cheap. I think we're at 39? Where's size? Yeah, we're at 39, 23, 23, and 21. This needs to get up to 59, so 20 more points, and these need to go up 12 more to fulfill medium. And we're not quite there yet. It's one of the reasons why I can't do house shows. I'm not big enough to do house shows. But when I do, I'll probably be using it. Speaking of using, I have gone out and I've made a ton of offers. I was wrong in the previous episode when I mentioned that, you can give exclusive contracts that just give a per show contract amount. I had done some experimentation and found that the people that I were looking at to hire were not going to sign that deal unless they were getting just compensation. Fair enough. And I had wrongly assumed that meant that they would not sign for less than a specific amount, regardless of their popularity. That's not true. Here we have Jimmy Rave, and I know you can't see it because this is one of the curses, and if I leave this on, it's just going to look awful. I have this offer out. Instead of getting $60 per show, he's going to be getting a written contract for $150 per show for 1 year. That's currently the plan regarding Jimmy Rave. If we were to go to James Gibson here, who I have not had on the show before, gave him $700. Jason Cross He's at 120. Samoa Joe. This would actually technically be a steal because he works for UPW, the other really big. If we're not number 3 in America, number 1 is with a bullet, WWE. Number 2, WCW. Number 3 is UPW, and then there's us. There's nobody else kind of in the UPW's sphere, and Samoa Joe is from there. So I do not expect this, as it looks right now, to go through. What I firmly expect is that they're going to make a counteroffer. We're going to go back and forth on this, and we're going to see what happens. This would make a big jump, going from $100, a little over $100, to $400. And I'm prepared to make that because now we're getting up to a point where we really need a core roster, and we need to stop having a lot of, like, we have 108 people on this show, like on my roster, a ton of people. We need to whittle this down because now with the enable show booking or enable left off show complaints on, I do not have enough space to put everybody on the show. So we got to make that. I'm also bringing Muhammad Hassan for reasons. He was there. He actually has decent stats. This is a 4th one. You can't see it. 77 psychology, 55 technical, 59 brawling. He's got good charisma. You know, he'll be good. And he's $200. So I'll take that. Getting people like Don West, Mike Tenay. Where's Mike Tenay? There's Mike Tenay. Look at his happy face. Giving them an exclusive contract, make sure they stay here. Same thing with people like Monty Brown, Wrong Way, America's Most Wanted, the Haas brothers. Just trying to, look, Skipper. I also did Jay Lethal because Jay Lethal wants like $100. That's a good investment for Jay Lethal. So that's out there in the ether right now. We're gonna see how that goes. I haven't looked at any of these complaints. Oh boy. Oh, we also have a lot of managers that don't have a client, mainly because I just haven't been using managers. Period. Not a lot of my storylines need managers, but I digress. Summer, do I want to go through all of these? We do have AJ. No, not Punk. AJ. Why is AJ irritated? Oh, he's furious at being refused a pay raise. I just gave you a $10,000 contract. You're making $120,000 a year. I think we're good. Not according to Styles. Styles is a little mad. Actually, we don't have very many. Oh, wait, no. I'm turning Punk face. That one I'd made in the off screen. We got Sacrifice up next. I think that covers just about everything. None of my stuff is below, which is what I like to see. If I go to upgrade this, it'd be $5,000. That's an extra $15,000 a month. That isn't bad, and that would force everybody else. Live event, because we're tied with a couple of these. Where's UPW? Oh yeah, UPW is so big they're not even on our rival sheet. They're just gone. Okay, why not? Alright, we're going medium. If we go production values, $15,000, this would be big, so I'm going to hold off on that. Hired pro. Oh, this would actually be a net gain here. Right now, we do 5 shows every month. We do the 4 TV and then the 1 event, so that's $12,500. This wouldn't be just $7,500 a month, as opposed to 12. So, no brainer. We're doing that. Music. $25,000 for some minor licensed songs. Eesh. That one I'll hold off on for now. That one isn't a necessary thing. There's no tangible benefit to doing that. There's no tangible benefit to the medium one either, but that does force everybody else to jump up. Like, nobody matches us in live event or broadcast quality. We're easily better than all of them. with smattering for the other two being up on our level. We don't have a developmental. Hall of Fame. You know what? Let's check for Hall of Fame. The Culture Club. By virtue of having achieved enough points. What do you mean by that? Yeah, how does the Culture Club have enough points to get in the Hall of Fame and nobody else does? Styles, who's like the guy holding the fucking company together. He's the champ who runs the camp. He doesn't have enough points. But fucking Jason Cross and Paul London have enough. They only won the title twice. Oh, I guess they had 2 lengthy reigns and 4 defenses. Is that it? Well, damn, Paul London, I didn't realize you were a Hall of Famer. Do you want to come back? No, he's not happy with me. That is IRL. What do you? Oh, I know. That is his legitimate feeling toward me right now. I think we're good to go. I don't think there's anything else for us to really look at. So, I'm going to go ahead to the day of the show. I'm going to book, and I'll see you when I'm finished with that. Alright. This is not the end of the show. This is not... The booking hasn't been done yet. A lot of stuff happened in the day in one day. So... After I paused it, I went back and because I was going through, and I extended another offer to a couple more people. Nigel McGuinness was one, Rudy Charles is another, Sanjay Dutt, Monty Brown, and Chris Harris. They've all signed. I've also, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, Sonny Siaki, and Christian York, but that just happened. Because he's just now leaving. Oh, and we can see we've already lost on a couple people. Petey Williams, who I extended a deal to, he's going to MLP. OVW is getting Mark Magnus. And Chris Sabin is going to MLP as well. So, we lost out on all those guys. Along with that, yeah, some of these got a little ridiculous. For example, if you look at Sonny Siaki's, can you even see this? Okay, maybe you can't. If I go that. There you go. Yeah, I ended up giving him $1,000 a show. And $500 bonus. And for some reason, it's not his preferred option. His preferred option is to make a 4th of that in Wildside. I'm assuming it's because of the Ironclad contract. Like, if I went and did this, he'd say yes. No? Okay, then I don't know what other reason there is. So, like, for example, cool. I just got him... I think I just, like, doubled the amount that they were going to give him before. I can actually just scroll down here. Did I? Oh, I got him $70 more. Slowly whittling away my competition. Samoa Joe... UPW did exactly what I thought they'd do. They came in, swooped in, and they offered him a $7,200 per month contract. Should be down here. Yep, right here. $7,200 per month. I responded by giving a $7,700 per month contract. They came back with $92. He's considering both of ours. So I still have a chance, is what I'm being told. Russ Haas is another guy. That's not... Your offer's the only one he's considering, so that's fine. Ron Killings. Yeah, he got up to $1,500. And yeah, mine is not currently being seriously considered. I'll just leave it up there, but that sucks. Petey Williams, I didn't even get a chance to respond to that. So he's gone. A lot of these guys are gone. So this is what we got so far. Did I do Charlie Haas? Where's Charlie Haas? We're still number 1 for Charlie, right? Yep, we're still number 1 for Charlie. Cool. I'm going to skip... I almost said skim. I'm going to skip to the next one. Hey, Jim Neidhart. Alright, good. We got the Haas brothers. We got the Haas brothers, Don West, James Storm. So AMW, the Haas brothers, Mike Tenay, Don West, or I guess just Don West, because Mike Tenay is still, I think, there. MVP and Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, Mike Tenay is still here. Oh, yep, Sonny Siaki signed a deal with Wildside, so he's gone. Jay Lethal signed a deal with Jersey All Pro Wrestling. He's gone. And Funaki has left TNA. Truly a sad time. So that's the state of things. We're going to be losing out on a couple people. Which is unfortunate. But that's just kind of how it goes. So now I'm going to stop, pause the recording, and go ahead and book the show. God, it's already been 20 minutes. Sweet Christ. Alright, here we go. The beginning of TNA Explosion for the 470 people. Sanjay Dutt versus MVP. This is a pre-show match. Sanjay Dutt gets the victory over MVP at 28 segment rating. Just something before the match to get everybody ready. We then followed up with Batista versus Aaron Stevens. Batista wins the match, carries the match very highly, surprisingly, and a segment rating of 48. A pretty decent, pretty decent opener right there. We then followed up with tag team matchup AMW versus Motor City Machine Guns, and would you look at that, the Motor City Machine Guns lose. Totally has nothing to do with the fact that Chris Sabin's leaving. A 44 segment rating. We then followed it up with a segment where Dwayne Johnson comes out. He's putting himself over. He's putting his group over. And he's doing it all for the fans. To give them what they want to see. Punk comes out and calls them a load of horseshit, saying you're not doing anything that they want to see. You're doing what gets you the most money. You're doing what you want, not what they want. There's a bit of a back and forth. Dwayne smiles and goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Punk spits in his face, and that's when he gets jumped from behind by Brock and Raven, and Dwayne puts the boots to him a little bit. That's when Styles and Cena in gear come down from the back, and they drive away. They knock Lesnar and Raven out of the ring. And right then and there, boom, we have a tag team match between AJ and Cena and Raven and Brock. And AJ Styles and Cena win this match. Styles pins Brock Lesnar. He pins the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Why? Because when the ref is looking away at what's going on the outside between Cena and Raven, Punk, who is at ringside, takes a chair, wham! Hits Brock Lesnar in the head with it. Styles hits him with a missile drop kick, knocking him down, hits him with a spiral tap, and wins the match. Lesnar kicks out at like 3.1. But a pinfall victory for AJ Styles over the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. A segment rating of 57. We then follow that up. The Coalition, Styles, Cena, and Punk are in the ring. Punk is still selling the beatdown he got earlier. Cena and Styles are selling the match they just had, and Dwayne comes out from the back with a microphone, and he reverses the decision. That doesn't count. It's actually Lesnar and Raven win by disqualification, and on top of that, he suspends CM Punk for assault, essentially. He will be gone for 1 month, according to Dwayne. And that ends with a segment rating of 80, 58. How is that storyline not hot? A 58 show rating. That is very good. Fiscal report. We lost $5,500. That's getting lower and lower as we continue on. Popularity. We gained in each one of those, but not enough to push it over. The show got 110,000 people watching it. That might be a new record by viewership. Yep, that was the highest viewed show we've ever had by about 900. Oh no, is it already starting? It's already starting. Oh no. Alright, so Kazarian's getting mad. Jason Cross is mad. Chris Hero is mad. Styles is mad. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, this is gonna be bad. I think we're gonna have to go to 2 hours. That's just how I'm feeling. Booking issues in WCW. Oh, John Laurinaitis and problems? Who would have known? Christian York, Mike Tenay, fine with that. Ron's gone. We knew that. Oh, James Gibson signed with HWA. But we got Samoa Joe. we all right. Samoa Joe coming here. All right. Well, that could have been worse. 18, 21 wrestlers on exclusive written, nobody on exclusive handshake. So we got 21 wrestlers under contract, or we got 21 people under contract. Oh, they're changing their product. Ricky Steamboat is now the new senior road agent. Okay, so they're doing some weird Oh, Mike. What's it? Average Mike Sanders? Is that what his nickname was? I can't remember. Uh, okay, yeah, average is right. Popularity? Oh, your popularity is good. Yeah, we can bring you in. The way it's been going so far is that almost every time. Who is this? Oh, why? 6 of you walk into my office at the same time. Oh no, the economy's going down. Oh, I just saw that. Oh, that's not good. No, I need my money. Simon Diamond, the goat of the company. This man has done nothing since he's been started. You know, he showed up a couple of times, but he has always trained everybody. he's never gone anywhere else. All right, here we go. TNA Explosion number whatever in front of 478 people. So we somehow enticed 8 more people to show up. This one isn't formatted like the one on the previous show where there were parts to it. I think no, none of the other ones have, none of the promos in this one have parts. But here's what happens in this one: Styles and Cena come out at the top of the show, and Styles demands, he beat the World Heavyweight Champion, he pinned him, he wants that match tonight. Rock comes down and says, "Lol, no," and Brock is there with him too, and it pretty much says like, "Yeah, you're not getting anything." Jeff Jarrett, the owner of the company, comes out. Yes, The Rock is there, or Dwayne Johnson is there. We don't want to get sued by WWE. So Dwayne is there. He's essentially the general manager. He's in charge of matches and whatnot. But Jeff Jarrett is still the owner of the company. He's the only guy who can go above Dwayne Johnson. Jeff Jarrett gives Styles a match. A rematch for the X Division Championship in the main event. Dwayne Johnson seems pissed. And Styles and Cena are... Styles is a little down about it because he wanted the World Heavyweight title shot, but he's got a match tonight. It's for a championship. It's for the belt that he lost at the previous show. A 69. Nice rating. We then followed up with a randomly good match here. Okay. I mean, it's the Haas brothers. They're always going to put on a good match. I was not prepared for the team of Montel Vontavious Porter and Nigel McGuinness to do as well as they did, but I digress. MVP taps out to the Haas of Pain, a 53. We then followed up with the Vision in the backstage. The Rock is cutting the promo. He's pissed. Raven's there. He's fueling the Rock's anger, and Brock Lesnar's there. He's quiet. He doesn't talk very much. We then followed up with Cena having his own match tonight, taking on Sanjay Dutt. Another really good match. We then follow that up with AMW, who are cutting a promo right before their match against... God, who did I put him up against? Oh, that's going to annoy the hell out of me. You'll find out, because I can't remember right now. Right after they get done cutting their promo, putting themselves over, The Rock comes in and tells them, "Hey, you guys, do you guys still stand with him? You guys were part of Planet Jarrett. Are you still with him? Because if you are, we're going to have some problems." And AMW's like, "No." Well, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, they still are. And Dwayne goes, okay, well, we'll see about that. Outcome, oh, that's right, because it wasn't a tag team. It was the team of Shelton Benjamin and Elix Skipper, because I figured that would actually be a good tag team. 2 really athletic dudes taking on Chris Harris and James Storm. 48, this is the weakest match. If you had asked me beforehand which one would be the weakest match out of those three, this would not be the one I would have picked. I digress. We then followed up Batista's cutting a promo when in comes the newly extended Samoa Joe, poached from UPW. They have a confrontation face to face. They head out to the match. This match was better than I thought it was going to be. Batista defeats Samoa Joe. 49 segment rating. We then followed it up with AJ Styles getting hyped up by Cena for the match. Jarrett comes in. They have a little bit of a talk, kind of burying the hacklet, and they head out for the match tonight. A 75. Holy shit. That might be one of the best wrestling ratings we've ever seen. Too bad the segment rating didn't match that. So, a lot of stuff going on. Dusty finish time, baby. So, the match goes on for about 20 minutes. The referee gets knocked out. CM Punk comes in through the crowd, hits Lesnar with the chair. Styles rolls him up with a cradle, and the ref counts to 3. Styles wins. He's celebrating with the belt. The Rock comes down. He tells the ref what happened. The ref reverses the decision. Brock Lesnar wins by disqualification. And then we have a giant fight. That's how the show ends. Styles is pissed. To be fair, you could go either way on whether or not he knew Punk did that. Kind of hard to say he didn't know, but I digress. They end up having a big fight, and actually what ends up happening is the numbers go against the vision on this one. Rikishi is not here. It's just Lesnar, Dwayne, and Raven taking on Styles, Punk, Jarrett, and Cena. And the coalition ends up getting the better of the vision. 76. That was come on. Yeah, that was a lot of people being used there. Oh, Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South. That's good. Team Canada. And we're gonna pray to Christ that this works. Along with that, I'm gonna knock down the TV to 1.5 hours. 2 hours was really long. Mikey Henderson has some big problems. He's not happy that he's not being booked. Who's everybody on a handshake deal? This is going to be a really long episode because there's a lot of problems that are arising, and I need to fix this. At this part of the month, what ended up happening was I decided to go through everybody on a handshake deal and offer those that I wanted to keep longer term to an exclusive written per show contract. Now, I've been of two minds on how to present this. You know, the one part of me wanted to show it all unedited so you can see my thought process, see what was going on in my mind. However, as I went through this and going through the recording and even live, I didn't realize live at the time, but OBS is really finicky when it comes to what it wants to show on a third window, and it creates problems with like sizing and whatnot. And if you have it on too long, then it just copies the second window and just makes it more stretched out, which is what happens in the video itself. So for most of these contracts that I'm going over and talking about, there's no visual for what's being offered. It's just me talking. So while I'd prefer to have it go out normally, at that point it'd just be a podcast where you couldn't see anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these things quick. Offers were made out to several people on the roster. Alex Shelley, Amazing Red, Barry Windham, Bobby Roode, Big Van Walter, or as he's now known, Gunther, Chris Hero, Drew Galloway, El Generico, Eric Young, Fergal Devitt, Frankie Kazarian, Gix, or as he is also known as Tyler Black or Seth Rollins, Homicide, Jason Cross, one half of the Culture Club Hall of Famers, John Layfield, John Moxley, Kazuchika Okada, Ken Anderson, Kevin Steen, Kenny Omega, Lance Cade, Low Key, Malice, Maven, Michael Shane, Ricochet, Simon Diamond, mainly because he's just been showing up every single week, sometimes without getting paid. Sting, The Miz, and lastly, Tomko, mainly because he's a tag team with Lance Cade, and I don't want to break up that tag team. Now, while going through all and offering these contracts, it took about 18 to 20 minutes. It was a long stretch of time of just me talking. There were two things that I talked about that I'm going to put back in here because there were two ideas that I was bouncing around in my head at the time. Here's the first one. I'm going to do something. This might be controversial, but I'm going to retire the women's division. And here is the second one. What if I just went into UPW's entire roster and I just started handing out contracts? Yeah, just start handing out contracts and have UPW try to fight me on those. After I get done with everything and moving along, I go forward a day, and one of the first things I see is Matt Morgan is going to be let go, and I extend a contract out his way. Jesus, you're brawling and you're... Did he ever have that high of charisma? I don't remember Matt Morgan that well, I guess. Hey, we got Mike Sanders. Oh, they're also going with a per-show offer. Well, you know what, Sting? I am happy, I'm proud to have given you a better deal. Simon Diamond? Holy shit! Why are they giving him so much? They only run the one show? He's part of their Hall of Fame. I could sign a Hall of Famer. Yeah, you're on my booking team. Dude, you've been on my booking team forever. For 3 years. I can't... They're giving him so much money. Like, what? What prompted that? That is so much money. You know what? Can I get Simon Diamond a little bit more money? Oh, their offer is not being seriously considered. Am I the only one? Yeah, I'm the only one. Okay. Okay, that's good. What the fuck happened with Loki? Everyone just said, fuck it. We're not gonna try and sign Loki. So am I the only one? Yeah, I'm the only one. We're the only people in that running. For Lance Cade. John Moxley, we're the only people in the running for that one. Jimmy Rave. Jimbo. Jimby. Jimothy. Alright, we'll give that to Jimmy Rave. Jason Cross. They just had to one-up me, so we'll one-up them, and, oh, God. 120? What is so special about Wildside? Are they higher than me on, like, the prestige board, or, like, what is the deal here? $300. Thank you. Homicide. They're not taking USA Pro seriously, but they are taking JAPW seriously. Mine is not being serious. So this is the one he is more interested in. It's the one with the least amount of money. Well, I don't use you anyway, so have fun with that. I'm fine with that. Frankie Kazarian. I'm going to bankrupt that company. That is my goal. That is my stated goal right here and now. I'm going to go through all of their contracts and give offers to everybody, so they give everybody a per month contract. I will drain your finances. I will run you bankrupt. And then I will buy your company, take your popularity, and let the contracts die, because I'm not paying that. Jesus H. Oh, congratulations, Frankie. You got a good contract. Chris Hero. Is mine up there, though? No, it's not. What if I make it 2 years? Okay, he was a big fan of the 2 year. Okay, he wanted the long-term contract. He didn't want a small term, he wanted the long. I understand, friend. Bobby Roode. I will fucking break the bank for you, my son. For I wish you come to my company and stay. Oh, is that how we're playing it, Bobby? Is this how we're going to play it, Bobby? I'm giving you so much money. Come here. Okay, fine. Because then... And Wildside is doing this. SDW... Jesus Christ. They want to give him $600? You can give him $600. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Amazing Red, CCW, and BWF. And Alex Shelley. Operation Bankrupt UPW begin. Look at that. Where the hell did they get $615,000 from? What the fuck? How are they making, like, no money in ticket sales? I am big confusion. Okay? They're getting, like, nobody. I have more attendance for my TV shows than they do. When Worlds Collide. Oh, that's... Okay, so that's where it's all coming from. When they have their big event. That's where all of their ticket sales and their broadcast revenues come. Thank God they don't have pay-per-view. They'd be making a fuck ton of money. They've been hemorrhaging money as of late. And when I'm through with it, they're going to be losing even more. Where do we go? Right? Wait. No, that was Southwest. Roster. Let us begin. Adam Pearce. This is going to take a minute. You know what? I'll come back when I'm done. We'll just see what happens. Alright. May have got a little ahead of myself. Just a bit. I think they're all down here. Yeah, Adam Pearce on down. These are all the guys that they had. And we're going to see if we could get that to work. Anything to bring that down is going to be a boon. Adam Pearce. Giving him $6,000. Congratulations on your big payday, Mr. Pearce. Alcatraz. Congratulations on your big payday, Alcatraz. That's about $10,700. Alex Shelley. B-Boy. That's about $16,000. Billy Kim. That's about $20,000. Chris Mordetsky. I actually gave him straight up a deal. About 5,000. We're at about 25. We're getting into some of the big ones down here, and that was kind of what I was going for. We're at about 30. 33, 34,000. Heidenreich. Yeah, that's right. They had Heidenreich. That is about 37,000. Kid Vicious. We're at about $40,000 now. Larry Zabisca. Oh, yes! They're giving him a big-ass fucking contract. I'm very happy about this. 25,000, so now they're at about $65,000. You have fun with that, good sir. Michael Modest. We're at about $70,000. 74. This was literally the most petty thing I could possibly think of doing. Sean Waltman. We're at about $90,000. I don't remember. Oh, no, $92,000. $100,000. I'm costing them through my shenanigans. Mike Knox. Did I already revoke that one? I had not. I feel a little bit better. I just completely... I don't think that's going to be enough to screw them over. I mean, they made $212,000. Half of that I just forced them to give out as additional contracts. So I'm fine with that. How did I lose? Did MLP give him a big deal or something? I just gave you... How? Why? Okay, so I lost the Motor City Machine Guns. They're gone. Oh, fuck. God, I'm mad now. Okay, I'm a little less mad. I got all those guys. Am I still in the running for Chris Masters? Oh, he's considering both. All right, I'm fine with that. Amazing Red, your offer is not being considered. Fine by me. I do have a thing with Sting. Barry Windham? Yeah, I'm not. Mine isn't being considered. He's going to SDW. That's fine. Why can't I withdraw it on the decision screen? This is the place to make that. That'd be super simple. Lance Cade, and we got Chris Masters. Hell yeah. Everybody else. Just Amazing Red, who I'm not signing. I'm not winning that race. And Michael Shane. Oh my god, it's Laparca. Laparca's got a 77 technical. What the fuck? What? He's not even hired. Hold on. What? You can't just dangle L.A. Park in front of my... Is it L.A. or is it L.A? If I could type... Nope. Okay, so it's L.A. Park? How in the... How are you unemployed? Come on down, good sir. I'll bring you in. Yo, the chairman's coming to TNA. Working exclusively for you would mean I'd be losing opportunities elsewhere. Where? And Michael Shane. And then we got Laparca. Alright, and it's time for Wednesday. Alright, here we are. TNA Explosion. Held in front of 468 people. That's right, 10 people saw the last show and said, fuck that, we're not coming back. Totally not because the economy's falling. Okada versus Hayabusa is the opening match. A 58, a very good opening match. Very happy with how that goes. We then followed up with a Dave Bautista hype promo. He's putting himself over. He doesn't have a match tonight, but he's getting some TV time to talk. We then followed up. Out comes Simon Diamond. First time in 3 years, by the way. He has not come out. He has not been on TV for 3 years. Michael Shane, a little while longer. Diamond comes out, starts cutting a promo. Michael Shane comes out because they're supposed to have a match. He interrupts the promo. They have a little bit of a back and forth. Shane kicks Simon Diamond. That's how the match starts. It continues on for 14.5 minutes. Shane wins with a super kick, 45-segment rating. That's all right. We then followed it up with the promo that mattered the most. Dwayne Johnson comes out and he has a confrontation with the owner, Jeff Jarrett. They hammer out a couple of matches. Number 1, tag team title match. The next match, which was originally just meant to be a normal tag team match, is now a number 1 contendership. The Haas brothers, Russ and Charlie, taking on Team Canada, El Generico, and Kevin Steen. The winner of that will go take on AMW at the pay-per-view. Likewise, AJ Styles will get his World Heavyweight Championship match at Sacrifice. It will be the main event. However, Brock Lesnar still is the X Division champion. He has to defend it at the pay-per-view. John Cena jumps in and will take that spot, and Brock Lesnar will have to pull double duty. CM Punk is under suspension and cannot wrestle at the show, and if he shows up, his suspension will extend another 30 days. As of now, he will not be back until May 4th or 5th. So that's how that is. And as they keep going back and forth, the insults, they start becoming personal, and they almost come to blows. Security comes in and separates them, and it is quote-unquote confirmed. Dwayne Johnson and Jeff Jarrett will have some kind of physical confrontation. It's not necessarily a match, but they will be in their gear, and they will have a referee doing things, but it's not a match. It's an angle where they'll be wrestling. But it's not a match. The bell will not ring. So technically, I'm not breaking the contract. We then followed up with that very tag team match. El Generico with Rusty. Didn't matter. Still got a 50. I'm assuming it's because the Haas brothers dragged them up to a good match. Team Canada, Generico and Steen, beat the Haas brothers, and they will go on to take on AMW at the pay-per-view. We then followed it up with the main event match of this show, John Cena versus Raven. Raven begins cutting the promo. Cena comes out. They have a bit of a duel. Punches start being thrown, similar to the Simon Diamond, Michael Shane thing. This went very well. How did that lose heat? That was the fuck you game. That was a good match. And then Cena wins, beats Raven. Dwayne comes out and they have a confrontation. Oh, nice. 69 overall rating. I'm very happy about that. That's the best show we've ever ran. Cost me $10,000, but it's the best show. Southeast went up to 40. Southwest went up to 22. Hi, Mickey. Mickey J. I got you under contract. Oh, no. Jesus, this is hard to see. 118,000. I'm very happy about that. That is by far the best show we have ever run. Bar none. At least I think it is. Yeah, from all years. Yeah, 60, not even close. Not even close. That was 6 points higher. Alright, here we go. TNA Explosion. Held it for the 478 people, so we're back up to where we'd gotten before. A pre-show triple tag team match. The Dark Knights take on Drew Galloway and Fergal Devitt, and Loki and Kenny Omega. The Dark Knights win. Just a normal little gimmick here. Kenny Omega, this I guess was his first match ever. Yeah, we had 3 individuals who were rusty. Still got a 38. I'll take that. We start this match up with Team Canada, Generico and Steen taking on Tomko and Cade. 53 match rating. Generico was rusty. I'm hopeful that that'll cancel out. So hopefully when we actually get into the pay-per-view, he won't be rusty and that won't be a negative. But 53 is pretty good. We have another tag team match coming up, and one side of the match is Batista and Malice. I think this is Batista's first ever tag team match. Oh, I forgot this match was first. Jason Cross takes on Brock Lesnar. Oh, God. Okay, so the finish in my mind right now that I'm seeing this is Jason Cross goes up. The match goes on. He goes up for a shooting star. He goes to do it. Brock catches him, hits him with the F5, and then does a shooting star of his own. A 60 segment rating, a good match all around. We then followed it up with Batista and Malice. Oh, and Malice broke his fucking fingers. Okay. Alright, it was nobody's fault. We then followed it up with a promo leading into the Fatal 4-Way match. We have MVP talking down to Chris Mordetsky and Big Van Walter. When La Barca shows up, and then they go into a match. Walter was rusty. Mordetsky had a good gimmick. La Barca is a skeleton. We then followed up with the main event promo. Styles and Cena will take on America's Most Wanted in a non-title tag team match in the main event. And America's Most Wanted wins, beating AJ Styles and John Cena in a grueling matchup, a 48. 52 rating. Yeah, he broke his fingers. He's going to be hurt for 7 days. About $6,300. Tri-State area went up by 1. Alright, here we are. TNA Sacrifice 2007. Held in front of 1,400 people paying normal ticket prices, so I'm very happy about that. We start off with the X Division Championship match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. And in an exceptional match, Brock Lesnar beats John Cena. An in-ring performance of 81. I'm very surprised at how high Brock Lesnar was on that. A 65 segment rating, and then followed up with a undercard kind of a match. The Miz versus Shelton Benjamin in a storytelling match. Shelton Benjamin gets the pinfall victory over The Miz. A 47 segment rating, and then followed up with a promo between Nigel McGuinness and Samoa Joe, hyping up their future match later down on the card. We then have a match between La Parka and Low Key, which low-key wins. We then followed up with a backstage promo with The Rock getting ready for his quote-unquote physical confrontation in the ring with Jeff Jarrett. We then followed up with the Samoa Joe Nigel McGuinness match. They have a pretty good match, all things considered. Samoa Joe defeats Nigel McGuinness, a 52 segment rating. We then have John Cena. AJ Styles is getting ready in the back. John Cena comes, talks to him, gets him ready. Cena is still selling the effects of their match earlier on. We then have the fight between Jeff Jarrett and Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson wins, a 75 segment rating. We then followed up with tag team promo with the champions, following it up, a 58 segment rating. Team Canada defeats America's Most Wanted, and Team Canada wins the TNA Tag Team Championship. El Generico was still rusty, but it didn't matter. The bonuses far, far outweighed anything we could have lost there. We then have a hype video package between AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar, really just highlighting Brock Lesnar since he's been in, and Styles' whole career. He's always been the underdog. He's been, Mr. Fix-It for the company. He has been the unsung hero of TNA, and he is going to try and reclaim the World Heavyweight title, a championship he has not held in a while. A 68 match rating, a 79, so close to an 80 in an exceptional match. Brock Lesnar beats AJ Styles and retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Brock Lesnar stands tall at the very end. A phenomenal match, a phenomenal segment, and a fucking 71. Yes! That is everything I wanted to see. A 71. That is very, very good. That is a phenomenal, no pun intended, or pun very much intended. Pick your choice on that. Exactly what I wanted out of this. There we go. Fiscal report. Oh, we made $104,000. Sweet Christ. $96,000 in pay-per-view revenue. Southeast went up to 41, so next pay-per-view, ticket prices are going to go up to $16, and we gained 1 popularity point everywhere except the tri-state area, which is beautiful. It's everything I wanted to see. That was great. Buy rate, 140,000 pay-per-view buys. That's insane. Yep, there we go. Now we're in the month of May. Larry Sweeney walks out of TNA. Bye. We won first in the Southeast. Our attendance will be boosted by 5%. That is sweet. And we made a whopping $53,000. We're going to end it off there. I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you all again in the next episode. Goodbye.